What's up, YouTube? It's NajNReina back for the second time.
So, guys, we were just here
We were just here.
doing a drinking things,
Wine reactions.
and for some reason, our lives was taking forever.
We was
To
getting buffered, right? What did he say?
They said buffering. It was freezing, buffering.
Yeah.
We're gonna wait before we go in with our stuff. And the number one thing y'all can do for us right now is to let us know if you can see it. Hopefully, Najee will pull it up on his phone so we can see as well.
Yeah.
And then we can take care of it from there. Okay, because I don't know.
We need to make sure that we're not buffering again. We need to make sure that we're active. So, if y'all hopping in, go ahead and let us know. Just drop a 1 in the chat if
Or
we're
your
good.
name and who you are, where you from. Sorry. Now you're just trying to hurry up and get the answer.
Yeah. So it looks like we're good on our end. We ain't had no delays or anything like that. So
I'm going to keep watching. I'm scared. Like, I don't even want to go through all the drama and all the effort.
yeah, this sucks. We really get into it, but we about to get back into it now.
I will say we're only 20 minutes in. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Oh, no.
Oh, you good?
Oh, that's okay. If you...
no, that's cool.
Okay, thank you.
So what were we saying?
Oh, God, I'm
What were we
tired
saying?
now.
We were tired. Yeah. So we said a lot. Actually, a lot of things we addressed at the beginning of the other video.
Oh, that's right. Well, let's just redo it then.
I guess we
So-
can do it.
Yeah, so one of the things Najee started the last live off with was... I'm just checking. Okay, we're good. One of the things Najee started the last live off with was there was this person that made a weird comment about saying that what we're doing is not actual content and that there are real content creators that are like lawyers and attorneys that are doing reactions to court cases, and we're not one of those. So Najee was giving his perspective on that.
Yeah. So I was just letting it be known that this is for our entertainment, but not just entertainment, but just having the time to bond with you all and just like kick it, basically, right? This is just like our chill time, right? Because we're people in other industries that are experts at what we do, right? So, like I mentioned before, Reina has she's in the banking industry. She's been in there for 15 plus years. And
I'm only 15 years old.
don't say that.
Well, okay, I'm only 20. Sorry.
Keep in
You can
mind.
be 15 with me, baby.
No, I can't.
Yes, you can. There's kids with beards.
God,
You're right. After just watching the shit we just saw, no,
Yeah.
I'm just joking. I'm just playing.
So she's in the banking industry.
But I'm very young.
She's a very high level individual in the banking industry.
It's not that high. I'm a VP at a bank, and I manage quite a few people. And then, like Najee was saying before,
she's writing a book as well.
Right.
And like I mentioned before, it's going to be a best-selling book. The book is great. I'm not even really into the things that she's writing about. But
I
now
write
I'm
sci-fi
drawn-
fantasy books.
I'm drawn into them based off of like it's a whole nother side of her that I didn't know existed that has came out in this book, which is just crazy. I'm like, what? And like, how do you create characters and storyline? It's just great, right? So,
Well, wait, real quick. That's funny because Najee and I connect on being vegan, and we connect on being power lifters, and he's a power builder. I'm a power lifter. He obviously is a fitness coach. Well, not obviously, but he's also a fitness coach, and he'll tell you more about himself. So what he was meaning is that we don't get to connect on everything that we are and that we're into, even though we've been together for quite a few years now. There's still things that we learn about each other, and we don't know everything, which is the beauty of a relationship because it's ever growing. But yeah, when I started writing this book, I would read every chapter to him as I finished it, even before I edited it and everything. And every time he'd be like, "Who are you?" He's like, "You wrote this?" So yeah,
I
it's
swear I
pretty
was
cool.
looking. I was like, I'm gonna just end up finding out where she got this from. Be like, dang, like, cause
He
it's
swears everything. No, he doesn't swear that. He thinks it's so crazy that it can't really have come from me.
because it's
Which is
just
awesome.
like, yeah, it's great. So, and then like I mentioned, we have businesses in different industries. So we have a marketing business as well, where we help people with website developments, generate leads for their business, set up systems to make their business run smoother. I'm a vegan fitness coach. I help people lose fat and build muscle on a plant-based diet,
even if they're not vegan,
or at least just eating more plants in your diet, so you can get healthier, look better, feel better, and so on and so forth. Right? We have a lot of clients that we work with where we help them accomplish their goals, and then we also have a supplement line along with the vegan fitness coaching that we have, which is also called Built by Plants. It's Built by Plant supplements, right? So you're able to get vegan protein powder from us, vegan pre-workout powder, multivitamins, basically everything that you need, creatine, all these different supplements that help you to optimize your health overall, your diets, and then your muscle building and fat loss goals, right?
And I forgot, because we put it on this channel, we also do Turo.
Yes, we
Shit.
It'd be so much stuff.
We
that
do a
like,
lot
so
because we want to, because we
yeah.
enjoy it. We're so blessed that we don't have to do everything we do. We just enjoy doing it. So
yeah. You learn a lot from all those different type of things. So.
Even how NajNReina started just came from us always having these type of discussions and watching stuff alone. Yeah. We're like, why don't we just do it on YouTube or something? Yeah, people seem to like us.
And like I mentioned, like Reina was watching it and such, and then there was certain things that she would like get me into that and I would just start watching it because I was never into
watching what?
True crime.
Okay, you just said
and
it.
I was never really into it, and the more she started watching it, the more I started getting into it, and then it got to the point where I'll find something where we driving, you know, we have our own little drive nights where we just listen to it and such. So we was like, okay, let's just hop on here and share it and watch it, you know, and react to certain things because we do it anyway. So it's like, why not just throw it on video, and then some other people can connect and they'll have fun with it as well, you know.
I do want to point out the funniest thing about how we started this. We used to live in Chicago on the south side, southwest side, right? Like, where did we live the last time on Western Avenue? Mm-hmm. It felt like the south side, but I guess it's by UIC area-ish, Tri-Taylor. We would drive around the bad areas like an idiot, and we were so silly. We drive around, listen to true crime and scary stories.
Mm. So the thing is, like, I'm from the area, so I knew where to go, where it's not that bad, but I knew where not to go, right? So
I was like, what is this place? Oh my god!
So you know, I will go down like Madison, certain areas by the Strip or whatever, but there's certain places where I won't go because I know the map, right? So you know where to go and how far to go down. So, you know, but we ain't just blindly crazy because that'll be the next.
Well, you're from that area, so it's different. Yeah. I guess the way I said it sounded like we were just being silly.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right, guys, cool. So I've been checking Naju's phone. It looks like we're not having buffering issues this time. Thank God. Mm-hmm. And that to me means we can get in with the nitty gritty. So if you saw the title today, I don't know what the title is. What's the title?
The title is Interrogation of a Narcissist. This is about...
Yes, Interrogation of a Narcissist. This is about Sherri Papini.
Y'all already know. You know what name. You know the nickname's coming. Lil Sherri.
Oh my God.
Lil Sherri. Sherri. Let's see what Lil Sherri is.
So we're going to go ahead and watch this Interrogation of a Narcissist. So what's interesting is we watched the Darrell Brooks court case. It's something that not only did we mention, but literally every other human being that can breathe mentioned that he was a narcissist. And it really gets you thinking, like, damn, like, what is a narcissist and why are they out here and what can they do? How much damage can they do? And what comes with that, and can they be helped? I don't know. But I knew what a narcissist was prior to it, but like since that case, I'm like really learning and looking, like trying to understand what this is. And there's a lot of people out there that are narcissists, and it's really sad. But this woman, Sherri Papini, is a narcissist for sure. And you will see why in her video. And if you don't know who Sherri Papini is, Sherri Papini was abducted in 2016 randomly. Her husband comes home, finds her belongings, her phone, and hair just left at the house, and it obviously looks like a kidnapping. He's very scared for her and his children and everything, and he calls the police. There's a nationwide manhunt looking for this woman for over 3 weeks, and when she finally is found, She was beaten, bruised. It was horrible. She just looked crazy. Her nose was broken. She was branded. Someone literally, like how you brand a cow, someone literally took branding gear and branded the back of her shoulder, where obviously, like, it was crazy. 4 years later, they came into some new information. And this new information blew the case wide open. And what you're going to see in this video, Najee's seen some of it because we were doing the live before. But what you're going to see in this video is the levels and depths of fuck that this girl went to. Like, fuck shit. My mom hates when she's like, you just curse for no reason. There's no reason. Like, sometimes you just could choose any other word, but you curse. And I realize I do that. But anyway, the level of craziness and disgustingness and wild narcissism that comes in this lady's world, it's gonna blow your mind. All right, so where are we watching it? On the screen this time?
It's more efficient with the phone.
Okay, so let me get my phone ready then.
Yeah.
So let's do it with the phone. I think we're okay to do it with the phone. And let's get that up. We're starting from the top now.
If y'all were in the previous live, drop a comment down. Let us know y'all back.
Let us know you're back and that everything's back working, because me and Najee put it together.
I think it was Ruben.
Winston. It was just Ruben and Winston.
How do I get that back? Hold on 1 second, y'all. Oh wait, I can go this one here. Okay, yeah.
You cut that off. Cool. That's from another live. Guys, let's go ahead and get it started. Guys and gals.
Back in the year 2016, a phone call was made by Keith Papini. His wife, Sherri, had gone for a run, but had never returned. Keith had found her headphones attached to her phone, and there were strands of hair hanging from it.
So I just got home from work, and my wife wasn't there, which is unusual. I found her phone, and it's got, like, hair ripped out of it, like, in the headphones. So I'm, like, totally freaking out, thinking, like, somebody, just grabbed her.
The police would begin their investigation into Sherri's disappearance, but they would come up empty-handed. Thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours would be spent searching for Sherri, but still she remained missing. 22 days later, highway patrol officers would find Sherri by the side of the road. Her body was covered in injuries, and her hands were tied together. Sherri would be rushed to the hospital, where she would tell the police what had happened. It would take almost a year to get the full story, and that story was full of inconsistencies. According to Sherri, she had been taken by two women who wore bandanas to cover their faces. When she was initially taken, Sherri claimed that she had slept in the vehicle while she waited to reach her destination. The police found this very odd, because most people in her situation would be scared and alert.
Actually, I didn't pause here last time, but I'm glad I am, because he's freaking right. What do you mean you went to sleep? What do you mean you went to sleep? She said she got abducted, and in the car, she went to sleep.
Look, I'm tired. Look, I was getting ready to take a nap.
They said most people would be alert and looking around their surroundings, but she said I went to sleep for the 4-hour drive.
She was like, listen.
It's not a road trip.
Before y'all took me, I was about to take a nap. So
she's like, I was tired. I just got
I'm
running.
going to do it back here in this seat, all right?
Summer!
What's up, Summer?
You're not late, girl. You're always on time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What do you mean?
I mean,
you took a
said,
nap?
sometimes if you're tired, you're tired. It don't matter the circumstances, the situation. They took her before it was probably her afternoon nap. They took her before it was time for her to lay down. So.
Yay, Randy. So glad to hear it. I'm going to rewind that just a little bit because Shorty is crazy. Is it this one, big one?
Yep.
Let's just try that one more time.
The story was full of inconsistencies. According to Sherri, she had been taken by two women who wore bandanas to cover their faces.
And that's definitely a man.
When she was initially taken, Sherri claimed that she had slept in the vehicle while she waited to reach her destination. The police found this very odd, because most people in her situation would be scared and alert as they tried to figure out how to get out of the situation they were in. What was also strange was the fact that no demands for ransom had been made, and that her captors had left her on the side of the road when they were finished. Eventually, the police would find male DNA on the clothing Sherri was wearing when she was found. They found this very strange because her captors were both women. The DNA would be uploaded to a database, and 4 years would go by before the next breakthrough. In March of 2022, the DNA sample would lead to Sherri's ex-boyfriend, James Reyes. The police would interview James, and it wouldn't take very long for him to confess to everything. According to James, he had not only helped Sherri run away, but he also helped her with the wounds on her body. Now that they had this new information,
helped little Sherri. Little Sherri, what say? She was tired from my scandal. I guess so. So she probably did a lot of plotting. She probably put together a long list of the things that was gonna happen. Probably stayed up all night to make sure.
Did you hear what they just said?
What?
They just said that this is the part where they talk about the man, her ex-boyfriend picked her up, and he's the one that helped her with her wounds.
Yeah, that's crazy. That sucks. I mean, it's like you out here like purposely getting your ass whooped, basically, in the name of, I don't know exactly what was it? Well, you don't want to tell the
No.
news? Okay, I guess we'll figure it out together. I want to know what the situation is about, like what was the purpose of it, but Reina ain't gonna tell us, so we're gonna have to find out together. We're gonna all have to figure out like what was the reasoning for her staging this kidnapping.
they would ask both Sherri and Keith to come to the police station for an interview. The police tell Sherri that they have new information, but they want to know if it's okay to talk about it in front of her husband.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like you're in the driver's seat right now.
I think it's easier to control things once you know what the information is, to be honest with you. Sure. So I can tell you what it is, say what it is when Keith leaves, and then you can say yes or no, whether or not you want him in there for the rest of it.
Right now, he's just, am I in the room or am I out of the room? So that's the...
And I'm
Dude, we talked about this last time. Say your thoughts. Come on.
Yeah. Before I do that, Winter, I'm sure she probably think it might be a replay or something like that. So let's acknowledge so she knows that it's live. Winter, we are on. This is live. So this is interesting. Right now, so for y'all that are just hopping on, we were doing this previously on this live before this one, but we had some connections area. So some of y'all probably heard. That would be a problem. We would have a real problem if that came up and said, do you want me in the room or out the room? Like, to know that, to me, that says something ain't right.
Here's the thing.
Why is that even a question?
We got to recap this, though, guys.
Go ahead.
This is what's happening, right? The 2016, whatever, abduction is still real, and it really still happened for the world, including her husband Keith.
Thanks for doing that. That's sweet.
And including, even though she knows she's done some shit, even for her, it's still considered legitimate at this point, right?
That's crazy.
And this is 4 years later. It's been 4 years since this shit happened, since she was abducted. And now the detectives are like, hey, come in. We have some new information. We need to discuss it with you. And her husband come in. They say, do you want us to talk about this in front of Keith? Or would you like him to leave? And
they knew what they was doing.
They knew what they were doing. And she says, I don't know.
Depends on what you're about to tell.
I don't know.
What do you know?
And it's like, as a man, which I'm not one, so that's why you had to say it. What the fuck you mean you don't know? I thought you got abducted by 2 crazy women who beat your ass to a pulp, broke your nose, burned you, branded you, whooped your ass, left you on the side of the road for dead, and supposedly she said one of the younger ones released her and helped her escape. And she like owes that girl her life or whatever. So she's like never wanted to really give a lot of information about her. And now they're like, we got more information. Do you want us to tell to you in front of your husband or not? And she's talking about some I don't know.
Which
girl,
for a second, out of that situation, based off of the particular parameters and the in the moment decisiveness on what your response would be, that was a pretty solid story to come up with. It just still don't make sense.
No stories come up with yet, baby.
Huh?
No stories come up with yet.
That's not what you just said.
What are you talking about, baby? I'm sorry.
She said that she's trying to protect the girl.
That was 4 years ago when she said that.
Oh, that wasn't like in the moment?
Not yet. It hasn't come up yet. No. This was recapping what was happened up until this exact moment.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's gonna come up. But yeah, so let's get back to it. Come on. Let's move me to the next screen, my friend.
To the point where if you want him here, we'll just go on with the conversation.
As long as you're not interrupting or pausing on this.
I'll stay over here.
But if he steps out, I can say a name, and then you can choose whether you want him in here for the rest of it or not. It's completely up to you. Or I can just continue on, and again, like I said, I wanted you to always have control over certain aspects of stuff. We're not to a point where anybody's going to jail yet. We're not to a point of anything like that. We're just still at the talking stage. We're at the control stage.
You seem scared, Sherri.
No, it's not scared.
What is it?
They ask Sherri why she was crying, and she explains that it's because she believes the police can't find the woman that helped her escape. There is a good chance Sherri knows she has been caught, which is where the tears come from. But what is interesting is how fast she was able to lie and make up an excuse as to why she was crying.
I think this is because we watched it before. Maybe you remembered you heard that before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like...
Elcar,
what's up, Elcar?
Go ahead with your thoughts. I don't want you to forget what you were saying.
No, because it was based off of like the next piece that's going.
Okay, yeah. I thought maybe Najee had like remembered it because this is basically where we stopped before. This is exactly where we stopped before. So this is the point where we got to, and we actually got to it. It literally was 21 minutes the last live. So we did good timing. Elcar says, "It's this the lady that went back to her ex and basically said was with him for a few hours. Good evening, my people." Kind of, but not really. Not a few hours, more like a few weeks, my friend.
Yeah, what's
she
about
went
3
hard.
weeks?
Yeah, she went hard.
Oh, he said stay.
Basically, stay with him for a few hours. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll find out.
All right. Any thoughts before we move on?
No, let's just keep it rolling.
Let's keep it rolling.
We're not going to find her.
She's the reason why I get to.
Interesting is how fast she was
said
able
we're
to
not gonna
lie
find her.
and make up an excuse as to why she was crying.
We're not going to find her.
She's the reason why I get to see my children every day.
I agree, but we're not going to find her.
She's the reason? What do you mean by that?
She means the younger one let her go. Right? That's what you're referring to? We're not going to find her. And
These cops ain't playing. These detectives like, oh yeah,
The cop like...
we're not gonna find her.
The cop's like, Cap.
We're not gonna find her.
You are all
I'm
Cap.
afraid she'll get in trouble. She won't get in trouble because she's not real.
Cop
We're-
called Cap.
She's the reason why I get to see my children every day. No, bitch, you're the reason why. Because you were the reason why you didn't see them for 3 weeks. Okay? What the hell?
You chose
You chose to have
not to
that
see
break.
your children
If you didn't want to have your kids for 3
for
weeks,
3
you didn't have
consecutive
to do all
weeks.
that.
You could have went home
Right?
that same day
Like she's the reason.
and put your daughter
why.
in the bed.
Maybe there's another she inside of her. Interrogation of a narcissist. It's coming. This is the type of shit like when you just try so hard to not. You cannot be found out. You refuse to be found out. You cannot take the blame. So
we can just skip to the rock into the water and ruffle up the pond if we want to now. Again, this is your last opportunity. This is the last time if you want to do this alone or with Keith. Keith's been through this also on a different level. So I'm ready I'm ready to move on and throw the dart and throw the rock and see what happens to the water. But Sherri, look at me. What do you want?
I don't want her to get in trouble.
She's not going to get in trouble. So the DNA came back to James Reyes.
oh,
We talked to him. He's been on a polygraph. We talked to everybody around him. We have the rental agreements, phone rental, the car rental agreements. We have everything that says that he said he told the truth.
That's good.
So everything, you've told us so many truths in this situation. The reason why you can describe the room is because you stayed in the room in the dark for hours, for days on end. The reason why you lost so much weight is because you stopped eating. The reason why you got a rash on your arm is because you cleaned his house.
Her head's down.
The reason why the brand is because he went to the store, bought the branding tools, and branded you. The reason why your nose was broke is because of a hockey stick. I know all of that because he passed a polygraph test. That said, it's not an abduction. She asked.
Yo.
Oh.
I hope you all heard all that and was able to process everything that just happened.
He was going so hard. He was spitting bars. I was like, oh my God.
That was a hot 16 right there.
Even here, I've heard it once and hearing it again. I'm still like, oh my God.
Can you recap that for them, baby?
Yes. So he said, all right, it's the last time for you to tell us if you want your husband to be in here or not. Sis said, I don't want her to get in trouble. And the detective said, I'm going to take that as you want him in here, so I'm going to move forward. The DNA came back to James Reyes. So when she had a jacket on. They took the jacket to see if they could find any evidence of who stole her. And
who pickpocketed her.
Right. And it came back to male DNA. They finally found out it was her ex-man, James Reyes. And Reyes took a polygraph test and confessed to every goddamn thing that she did, or that they did. He confessed that she called him and picked him and asked him to come pick her up. He confessed that she was in a dark room for a long time because she asked to be there because she wanted to look pale and shit. He confessed that all the bruises and rash, everything that happened to her was done by her own hand or with his help. And then her nose got broken from a hockey puck or a hockey stick, something like that. And as they're telling her this story, hold on, let me see. Oh, sorry. That's why I hate stopping and I get distracted. As they're telling the story, this heifer's putting her head lower and lower down. But I'm gonna rewind it just a little bit because you guys have to look at her husband. You guys have to look at her husband because, like, you can see his hands starting to come together. He starts playing with his fingers. I feel like he's playing with his wedding ring. I feel like he's like, and his head's kind of doing this. He's probably like looking back like, what the fuck are y'all up to? Like, what is going on in here?
I will say he was pretty, what's the word? He was just very, I thought it would have been a little bit more of a response from him, but maybe he's just processing it all.
He's processing it.
Because that's a lot to take in, right? To hear.
Well, maybe he doesn't believe it right away. Maybe he doesn't believe it. Maybe he wants to hear what she has to say. You know,
maybe,
like that's his wife.
Yeah, but like when you bring up the ex-boyfriend or something, like
if not the moment Najee heard ex-boyfriend, he would have been like, pack your shit, come on, go.
That's just crazy. Like to hear that and to know like this whole situation, like she's this victim that don't got taken by these other two women and all this stuff, right?
Why should choose women just to make it sure that men didn't take her?
And that's just wild.
Summer State says, you think you can play us? Well, we got this and that. So now what you saying? I hear you, girl.
I wonder if they got the text messages and phone call backlog from him as well.
If she was Mexican, she would never be able to pass up tacos and she'd keep her weight up. I don't even know how to feel about this.
That's terrible.
I'm not Mexican. I can't pass up no damn tacos.
Man, I just had tacos today. Didn't I have tacos today?
Yeah. We have tacos every damn day. Well, that's like the number one thing we eat.
Man.
Let's see. Winter Wolf. I love your name, Winter Wolf. I would die of embarrassment.
Man, like to sit there and know that you just got caught. But like I was saying, like her ability to just like keep it going, like she's just rolling with the punches. Like whatever they throw at her, she just like blocking them, blocking them.
I will say I watched an interview in which I'm going to play for you guys. I watched an interview with the husband. I feel like we should almost pause right here so you can see. I feel like we should pause for a second and just skip to that interview because there was a husband, Keith, not a husband, but Keith had responded when she was found. And this was 4 years prior to this video. And his response is something I think we should see. Just before we keep going, so you can know the level of like evil this bitch is, right? Let me pull it up. Because it'll stay where we're at right here, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, because I think that's important to see. Let me go to my library.
She's
a
Winter says.
maniac.
Go ahead, babe.
Oh.
Winter says she's Daryl's even more. Oh wait, I'm tripping.
She's Daryl's even more evil twin. Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Sherri Papini is a little Papini. Why do you call her Papino? I keep calling her Papino.
I don't know. LaSherry out here acting a fool.
She's crazy.
She is acting the fool.
I'm trying to find.
Oh man.
All right, here we go. Daryl would date her. Absolutely, they're basically a couple. Give me 1 second to get it up. Here we go, guys. You gotta watch this. I know, but I like it. Okay, let's see.
And describe.
Real quick, this is 4 years before the interrogation we're watching. This is her husband that's in the video sitting next to her.
In 2020, his wife Sherri's helter-skelter release.
She was bound. She had a chain around her waist. That is correct. She had a bag over her head. Her left hand was in the vehicle, chained to something. When she was...
Make sure she didn't jump out of the car.
She was chained anytime
Everyone
she was
believed this,
in a vehicle. They opened the door. She doesn't know because she had a bag over her head. They cut something to free her restraint that was holding her into the vehicle, and then kind of pushed her out of the vehicle. And she has, at this point, has no idea where she's at, and then ran to the freeway.
But motorists kept whizzing past her.
She's screamed so much. She said she was coughing up, like blood from the screaming, trying to get somebody to, stop. And again, just another sign of how my wife is. She's so wonderful. But she's saying, well, maybe people aren't stopping because I have a chain. It looks like I broke out of prison. So she tried to tuck in her chain under her clothes.
This morning, the Shasta County Sheriff's Office revealing new details about Sherri's alleged abductors, described as 2 armed Hispanic women. The sheriff says suspect number 1 had curly hair, a thick accent, and pierced ears.
Suspect number 2 was the older of the 2 suspects. She had straight black hair with some gray in color.
But the big question still remains. Where was she held? What was the motive? And was she specifically targeted, or was this a random act?
You cut their hair, you beat them. You're really talking about behavior of what a cult or an extremist group would use to break somebody down.
Now, investigators tell us they're starting to work on a composite sketch of those suspects, but Sherri says she only saw their eyes. She was hooded most of the time. So investigators say they're working on digging out the other details.
This is fucking
Did
crazy.
she hear a train nearby? Was she close enough to it to feel the vibrations? What did the room feel like? Anything to get a break in this story.
Well, it is such a strange story. Okay, Matt, thanks very much. Let's talk to Dan Abrams about it right now.
That's
Hold on, I want to
Once she
see if I can
tells
get
close
the
to
rest
the,
of
May some
know everything. Why? Because
Here we go.
integrity of the investigation.
well, he actually said that, right? And you can understand from the investigator's perspective, they're saying, look, we don't want the public at large to know everything. Why? Because in a lot of these high-profile investigations, they get tons.
Do y'all see how? Can you go back to the page because I'm gonna pull up the rest. Do you guys see how ridiculous this lady had people acting? But I gotta show you this one part with her husband. Go ahead, baby. Tell him your response because I gotta.
It's just I don't recall when this situation was going on or happening. I mean, obviously because I wasn't that into those type of situations at that time. For what, 6 years ago, but at the same time, it's like you see how much money is put into these type of situations as far as trying to bring awareness to the situation and reporting it and trying to find her, and you know, there's so much that's going on.
Freezing. We are freezing now.
Hold on, let me see.
Let's make sure everything's working. I don't know, man. You know, I'm ready.
Yeah. Let me see. Y'all freezing. Are we still freezing? Let us know. Let us know if we're back. If we're back in action. I think it was just like a little gotcha. It was like a psych moment. I think we're good. Yeah, but just as much energy and time and investment that went into the situation, you know.
Jesse Smollett, yeah, girl.
I got nothing of this one. He should actually. Wow, that's funny. Y'all good now? Perfect. Thank you. No, not froze here. Good. No problems here. Excellent.
I think it just was a moment then. Thank God, because you know I'm ready for it. Oh, hey, Esmeralda. Oh, get up. Can you go back on our page?
Oh, okay.
I wasn't ready.
Oh, I thought she was.
No. There goes Esmeralda.
No, good. Excellent. Perfect. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's just an interesting situation. You want to go back to the...
I'm trying to pull up something specific. Can you go ahead? Just pull it up and read it for me.
This was a big deal here in California. I didn't pay too much attention to it though. Reading, it's north of me. Interesting. You good watching? You good watching on TV? Love you both.
Oh, thanks,
Greatly
Kathy.
appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it.
I'm really trying to find this particular
interesting
part. Man, it's such a very important part, but let's just get back to it. I'll find it later. Dang it.
Oh, maybe we'll see. Come on, babe.
Oh, okay.
On your arm is because you cleaned his house.
Let's go back and get it started, y'all.
So everything, you've told us so many truths in this situation. The reason why you can describe the room is because you stayed in the room in the dark for hours, for days on end. The reason why you lost so much weight is because you stopped eating. The reason why you got a rash on your arm is because you cleaned his house. The reason why the brand is because he went to the store, bought the branding tools, and branded you. The reason why your nose was broke is because of a hockey stick. Sex. I know all of that because he passed a polygraph test. That said, it's not an abduction. She asked me to come get her. I rented a car. No. I drove up and picked her up. He passed the polygraph test, Sherri.
If that's not what happened, what did happen, Sherri?
I don't know. No, there's no way it's James. There's no way. There's no way.
The DNA doesn't lie. The DNA was on you.
We gotta stop for a second. You can't take me, guys. No. There's no way it's James. Look at your face.
Yo.
Make sure my internet's working okay over here. Oh, froze solid.
Oh man.
We were
Let's see. Okay. Hang in there. Oh man. What is going on?
Hold on. Let's check. Oh my gosh. I am just. Those comments might be a little late.
Okay, it's back.
Yeah, those comments are a little late. Let's give it a second before we move on. Just hold on. I think we're okay.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to stop because.
I know. I'm trying to. I need this to get ready. Anyway, hold on. All right. So we're good to go, guys. Awesome. He just ran her over. Exactly. Honey.
That is crazy. I like some of it.
All right. Let's see. Oh, I went way too high.
Yeah.
Ooh. Get there. Esmeralda says, at least Daryl didn't brand Erica. Well, you know.
That is crazy. Now you brand her.
There are things to be thankful for. I don't know.
Say, honey. So who popped her with the hockey stick?
She popped herself, my friend.
Yeah, she probably had James, Big James.
They're gonna explain it. We're back. We're
crazy.
back. Ruben said, "Guess who's back?"
Excellent.
Back again.
It's crazy. Like, it's wild because I see her mentality. It's like
no.
This is her mentality, right? This is her game plan. Once she realized that they got it, whatever you throw, I'm gonna throw it back at you. Like, I'm gonna defend it. They was like, all right, we know it was James. It can't be James. Of all people.
That was so funny. She's like, I'm gonna go with the route of, oh, I didn't even know it was James. Damn.
This is what I'm saying, though. She's clever. Sad, but she's clever with it. Because most people in that situation would be like, damn. They would either deny it or they would either say, like, damn, you got me, right? But she literally is like, I'm going to just roll with she's like water. I'm going to roll with the punches. I'm going to take whatever shape y'all throw. You know, you put me in a glass, I'm going to fill up.
Batman said, Batman. I said Batman. Kathy said, you're good. This chick is batshit crazy. I was trying to say Bruce Lee said, be like water.
Exactly. Batman.
I don't know. I was reading batshit crazy. That I was thinking Bruce Lee, who is a man. And then it got all bad. All right, guys. Let's keep moving here with
Bruce Wayne.
Sure thing, baby. Can you slap me with the hockey stick?
Right. That is crazy.
Who lets themselves get hurt that much? Like, I can't even handle the idea of hurting myself that hard.
It's so wild because literally I'm just thinking like, damn, she caught. Damn, like they throwing all the evidence
all the
at
facts.
her. And she's like, no, it can't be James.
What cracks me up is when she's like, no, it can't be James. Not James.
You say Wayne Gretzky on her.
Who's Wayne Gretzky?
Famous hockey player.
Oh, damn. Was he on the Blackhawks?
Sadly enough, I don't know that much about hockey.
Okay.
I guess he was one of the best of all time.
Well, good. I'm glad you know that.
Yeah.
I used to love the Blackhawks.
I know about Wayne Gretzky primarily because of Lil Wayne. He put him in his rap lyrics.
Winter said no shade for Wayne. Now I'll allow Bobby Orr. We trade him for Bobby Orr. All right, let's get back to it.
There's no way.
Robert saw you in the his DNA
was on you.
There's no way.
He passed the polygraph test, Sherri.
If that's not what happened, what did happen, Sherri?
I don't know. No, there's no way it's James. There's no way. There's no way.
The DNA doesn't lie.
His DNA
was on you.
There's no way.
Robert saw you in the house while you were down there. While everything spun out of control, his cousin. Why everything ran out of control on the initial.
There's no way.
It's 100% Robert's or James's DNA.
We even collected blonde hairs from the room.
There's no way it's James. There's no way.
Sorry that it is.
Why are you saying it's not James? Why are you saying it's not? What's that?
We were friends.
Mhm.
There's no way.
And he came and got you because you asked him.
Oh.
Sherri has just been confronted with the evidence showing that she is lying.
Oh, we were friends. No, he was your man. He was your ex-boyfriend, not your friend.
He came and got you because you asked him. Like, they switched it up. They're smart. They're playing the game with her. As opposed to, like, trying to combat her or anything like that. They're just going straight to the next fact. Straight to the next fact.
His cousin saw you. Robert. Who's Robert? Your hair. There was blonde hair in the room. It's yours. Whose hair?
What is hair?
Blonde? I'm not even a natural blonde.
This is crazy.
You told him to come pick you up. What?
It's getting more interesting by the second.
Look at this nose patch just got off. Come on, click it.
Imagine a real victim who had gone through a similar situation. How would they react to being told that their story is a lie?
Mad.
Typically, they would become very angry and shocked that anyone would believe that the horror they went through was a lie. What they wouldn't do is sit quietly, listening to someone tell them they are lying.
It's him. There is no way it's him.
Well, it is.
The DNA tells us that it was his DNA on you.
The DNA alone says it's him. And when we talked to him and confronted him with the DNA,
He told us what happened.
He 100% told us what happened.
And gave us details that nobody else would know.
And we can call him and we can all talk about it. But ultimately, can you look at me for a second? Ultimately, we put him on a polygraph like we did Keith. Keith was inconclusive, to be honest with you, on whether he was involved or not. But 100%, James was showing the truth. The questions were, did Sherri ask you to come pick her up? He answered yes. That was the truth on a polygraph. We asked him if the two of you ever had sex. The answer was no.
During 2016.
During 2016.
Wait, the detective had to clarify in 2016 y'all didn't have sex.
During the abduction, he said no. That was the truth. We asked him if you asked him to brand you. The answer was yes. And he passed the polygraph on all of those questions. He took us to the stores where he bought the chain.
Hold on, I'm sorry, because I got to say this. Esmeralda, yes, sister, the Latinas are innocent. Why they try to come for people?
Not only are they innocent,
they're not even real.
They weren't a part of the case.
They weren't even. She made them up in her head.
They had nothing to do with the situation.
She just made them up. There is an elderly Latina woman with black hair and gray streaks that was being looked at as a suspect randomly. You better leave Letha alone because she'll whoop your ass. Don't come up on Letha. Let me see. What's this one? I love you. This guy is so funny. I love you, babe. Hockey puck.
With the bruise.
LA Kings. Esmeralda DNA on her. Gross. Ruben. Objection. Was the polygraph certified? Ruben, it's not her hair. She didn't buy it.
Oh, God. She probably swiped it.
It's amazing how fast she can lie.
We talked to the friend who rented the car. The car that he rented drove over 900 miles in a day on the drop-off point.
Look, he's taking off his ring.
Sure, I know it was a lot to take in.
But
it's not like we don't know the answers to these questions.
And the fear of Keith's reaction, obviously now he's in the room, the fear of media, the fear of all of these things are coming forward. They're in front of you now. The only way to get a hold of it, the only way for everybody to come together and heal, the whole community has to heal, is for us to be able to say, when we presented all of the evidence, all of the stuff that came forward, you told us the truth. You told us what happened. Because you did go in a dark room, that's true. You did lay in the back seat of the car, that's true. You did lose weight. You were branded, your hair was cut. You did have bruises all over. But how those bruises got there are because you did it and James did something. The reason why your nose got broke is because you held the hockey stick to your face and he forced it into your nose. The reason why the brand is in a straight line is because he did it. He described exactly where it was. He told us exactly how he did it, where he did it, how he did it. Only you and I and maybe 5 other people know where the brand was. He told me immediately.
Sherri's narcissistic personality won't allow her to believe she has been caught. Even after being shown all the evidence that proves she has been lying, Sherri still believes she can somehow get out of the situation she is in.
So,
what are you thinking, Sherri?
That doesn't make any sense.
Why doesn't it make sense?
What actions doesn't make sense?
A lot of it doesn't make sense.
Can we talk about those?
No.
So are you calling James a liar? Are we not believing James what he told me?
No.
I know you're scared.
I cannot believe that it is James.
I can't believe James told us the truth. That's what I can't believe. He passed a polygraph, Sherri.
So did Keith.
Hold on. Why are you looking at your husband? Why are you looking at your husband? Like, what is he gonna do for you, sugar lump? Esmeralda said the Latinas are innocent. Oh, wait, we already got there. Winter Wolf said the Latinas are fictional. Esmeralda, free the Latinas. I'm with it, sister. Oh, well. I will never ask my woman to brand me, but she better buy me tacos. If she's a real woman, she'll make them.
I'm about to say, I think I might make me some tacos.
Yes, but was she wearing a blue dress? I'm not sure that's lawful law.
This is some
Winter
crazy
is on it.
going on.
Wait a minute, Your Honor. What about subject matter jurisdiction? Give that poor girl a sandwich.
Oh, man.
And a jacket and a phone. Winter is on her shit today. It doesn't make sense. The DNA and evidence doesn't make sense. Seriously, that's what it sounds like. I mean, come on, sis. Like, you can't lie your way out of this one.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's going to look at her husband.
Like, do you hear this? Do you hear?
I can't even understand why you would look at your husband and you're being outed right now that you actually ran off with your ex-boyfriend and faked this entire thing. I wish I could find the video of Keith, her husband, crying about he's like what those bastards did to her. Like he really believed this shit happened to his wife. It was crazy. All right, let's get to it.
It's wild.
Autumn, Rain, Land. Y'all got some cool names. I just can't wrap my head around this. Like, who does this? Narcissist. Sherri, Ladero, and there's more out there. What exactly was she thinking to gain here? Truly, I'm mystified. Well, she just wanted attention, in my opinion.
What? Wait, out of all this?
You want me to press play? Oh, you mean about what I just said?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Like her whole overall game plan was just attention?
I just was making up a reason. I don't really know, actually.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I thought you went that far. So it's not like it's a money play. It's not like it's a revenge play, a power play. This is just like, I need you to see me, pay me some attention. Like, yeah, I don't know.
No, he didn't. He was complicit. And he was involved. He passed a polygraph, Sherri.
So did Keith.
No, he didn't. He was complicit. And he was involved.
So James is involved. But I don't...
James picked you up. You called James to pick you up. You mailed him a letter with your address. You used a burner phone to call another burner phone for James to come and get you.
You're saying since you're married you haven't called James?
No, I have called James.
Because earlier you said you had contacted James. Those phone records show that you did. The phones don't lie, the DNA doesn't lie, Sherri.
His polygraph doesn't lie.
So you can go a couple different directions now.
His story.
I've already told you lying to me is a crime. So you walk out the store with telling lies, and that's a crime.
I think we need my lawyer. This isn't making any sense.
Well, it's not making sense, Sherri. The parts that
That
don't
it's
make
James.
No, the parts that don't make sense are that you're accusing two females who abducted you when it was James. The part that you were branded, James did it. He told me he did it. Who would sit there and say, I branded Sherri on her right shoulder blade? Who does that?
You told us how and showed us the letters that matched the brand.
Took us to the store and pointed out the letters.
It would appear that Sherri is desperately trying to think of a way to explain her ex-boyfriend's confession. The detectives make sure to keep talking, because they want to make it as difficult as possible for Sherri to think up another lie.
I wish I had known this tactic when I was younger with my ex. I just keep talking, just so I can't keep making up a new lie. Esmeralda, the husband is like, you into getting beat with a hockey stick?
That's funny.
I'm sure he's very much into doing that right now to her.
That's a clever comment.
Winter Wolf says, wow, we have a summer's day, a winter wolf, and an autumn rain. Do we have a spring out there somewhere? I'm telling you, you know what's so cool about these names? What's cool about the names in here? First of all, the other day we had Queen of Wolves. Like I Najee said in the beginning, if you guys didn't know, I write sci-fi fantasy, and a lot of it's about like fae, dark fae, unseelie fae, werewolves and things like that. So like these names are I'm with these names today, okay? All right, let's see. The husband is like, oh wait, I backed it up. My bad.
No, this is.
The husband is like, you into getting beat with the hockey stick? I'm down. Otto said, I like how hubby distances himself, moved chair away from her. I like that too. Because honestly, at this point, I actually respect that it took him a minute to get to that point. I think he was probably processing it, like Najee said. But I also think it's kind of not fair to immediately jump into believing the first thing you hear, especially about someone you care about, you love, that you've been there for, you've had their back. But as the evidence started piling up, you're like, oh, I got my leg now, puppy. It's like, damn, like it's just too much. Like they started giving too many facts. He said you bought a burner phone and used your burner phone to call another burner phone. And then you said a letter. Damn.
It's crazy. It's wild. It's like it's just wild because, and I see what they were saying. They were saying basically like she was trying to burn some time to come up with something else that she could say when she was doing like the little stuff down there. Yeah. And just thinking like what's the next lie she could throw out, and then just kept repeating like, I can't believe it's James. I can't believe like she was literally ignoring.
While she's saying I can't believe it's James, she's like, what the fuck do I say next?
She was ignoring everything else that they were saying about her being involved. And just going back to, I can't believe it was James that took me, you know, and then ended off with, I think we need our lawyer.
Ruben is the best name so far.
That's funny.
I wish we could get birthdays. I need to know everyone's sign now, because I need to know who we got in here.
She's all into that.
She's all into that.
Anybody born July 30th or around?
The problem is today's the case is resolved. Everything, the only things, well, how do we prove that you're telling us the truth? How do we prove that the truth is that two women took you, but I'm telling you it's a male? The fact that you were branded is true. The small fact is that you willingly laid down and did it versus being tied to a table. So we could do the polygraph and try to, whatever parts you're confused about.
Can you go without that?
Can I talk to you outside real quick? Or wait?
That's fine. The fears of how out of control everything got, the fear of all these things is the reality. And the only people that can slow the train down is you and I.
Sherri's husband leaves the room with one of the officers and does not return. Now that he is no longer in the room, They try a different approach with Sherri. They give her a way to explain her disappearance by asking if she was in fear for her life. This question shows Sherri that there is no point in denying the accusations anymore, and now it's not a matter of if she did it, but rather why.
So you might as well get out of your head that James is not involved, because James is clearly involved, and James already told us he's the one that did the brand.
That's something that he admitted to mayhem. He admitted to a felony. You could put him in prison over.
So it doesn't jive. So now it's your opportunity to say, were there issues between you and Keith? Is that why you needed to leave? I mean, we read your text message. We're already aware of some issues, but enlighten us if that's the case. If there was a valid reason for you to leave, let me know what that was.
James said you had your jaw broken by him, and that's why he came and got you, because you were an abuser.
Oh, hell no. Did you hear what just happened? Hold on. Listen to this.
Opportunity to say, were there issues between you and Keith? Is that why you needed to leave? I mean, we read your text message. We're already aware of some issues, but enlighten us if that's the case. If there was a valid reason for you to leave, let me know what that was.
James said you had your jaw broken by him, and that's why he came and got you, because you were in an abusive relationship.
This dumb bitch said she had her jaw broken by her husband, and that's why James came and got her. She lied and said that Keith broke her jaw.
So not only are you faking this kidnapping, you're accusing Keith of not just like hitting you, which is already bad enough, but like breaking your jaw. Like,
bitch, you really look the same for 2 years.
Your jaw. Like, do you all know what the jaw is to break?
Yeah, it's right there.
That is crazy. Now, if it's true, then it's different. But
that's
I
not
think
true.
we can.
Look at how hard this bitch lied.
So I think we can all assume that she's a great example of someone that could just roll with whatever punches. No pun intended, but could just roll with whatever punches are thrown at her, even the jaw-breaking ones. That's some crazy stuff.
That is some crazy stuff. But hold on, I'm gonna get to the comments and I'm gonna say my thoughts. Megan Torres, April Torres. All right, Esmeralda. It would be great if she was still on the side of the road waiting for someone to stop. Hubby Pieces. He was out, baby.
Yeah, chunked out the deuces.
Winter Wolf is a Capricorn. Fitting. Ruben says, it's weird to see some similarities to Daryl's case. Just ridiculous statements that she believes. The reason why there's similarities is because they're both narcissists. And I suppose the behavior of a narcissist is to just say or try to believe your own bullshit and convince others to believe it so much that they don't even give a fuck what the truth is. The truth doesn't matter. It's their truth that matters. And their truth is always a lie. And she's told herself this lie for 4 years straight. She is going to die on that hill. She's not going to let nobody bring her down.
That was my next point right there. This has been ongoing for 4 years. Like, she's been rolling with this and lying about this for 4 consecutive years. And now she's like just now getting caught up with it 4 years later. Or was it 6 years later? Because it happened in 2016.
Well, it happened in 2016. This was in 2020. It said March 2022, but it was a mistake.
So just now, 4 years later, you're just now getting found out about the situation. Mm-hmm. Like, can you imagine? Like, she thought this was dead and gone. Like, she got away with it. She was good, out, clear, right? Going on with the rest of her life with this lie. But what was the reasoning, though? That's why I need to understand.
Like, what is the why?
Like, what's the payoff that made you just randomly decide to do this?
Ruben agrees with...
And then go back to the situation.
Ruben agrees with Winter about the sheer brass of these people stuns me. Autumn Virgo, that's my sister. And Virgos are in September and the end of August. So that is in the autumn months. It's so cool. What am I going to be? Oh, wait, no. Summer's days. I already got summer. Okay. Let's see.
My husband.
So, were you in an abusive relationship with him? Have you told other people in your life that, like China, that Keith has abused you in the past when that wasn't true? China told me that day 2, where there was an incident at a party that you got hurt playing, like, I don't know, Wii or Pictionary or something, and then you told other friends that Keith hurt you. When there was witnesses at the party that said that you got hurt during a party.
So this bitch got a history of lying on people. Wow. Oh, Najee is an Aquarius. He's a Leo moon. And what's your rising, baby? I forgot.
No, I don't know.
I forgot what his rising is. But I'm a Leo, obviously. Cancer moon, Leo rising. I'm a double Leo. I went hard. But I'm a July Leo, so no shade to my Leos. But the July Leos are just a little calmer. You know, we don't get all excited about trying to be something we're not. We're cool. The August Leos are a little crazier than the July ones, I'm just gonna say. But you know, Leo still. Did you hear what they said about the husband?
What part?
Okay, I'm gonna rewind it. But stay with me, baby. Don't bring you keep your energy up, baby. I see you getting tired.
No, we're good.
China told me that day 2, where there was an incident at a party that you got hurt playing, like, I don't know, Wii or Pictionary or something, and then you told other friends that Keith hurt you. When there was witnesses at the party that said that you got hurt during a party, then you go tell James that you were being hurt, you were being abused, and you couldn't come forward because Keith has friends in law enforcement.
So basically what happened is this Dum Diddy was at a party. She was playing Wii or Pictionary, and because she's fucking, her equilibrium's off in her brain because she's so stupid, she hurt herself. And there was witnesses that saw her hurt herself. There's some lady named China, who must be a friend of hers, saw it as well. But then the Dum Diddy went and told other people that her husband hit her. Megan, Leo might be my favorite signs. Thank you. We
That's
really
the
are a
lowest
hit or
thing she
miss.
needs.
No, we're a hit or miss. Some people really don't like Leos. Okay, yes. So that is so great. Thank you. You made my day. I appreciate you. I'm just gonna remember Megan Marie. But anyway, so so she lied and said that her husband had abused her when there was proof that was not true. We're like, well, no, ho, we all saw you get hurt from, I didn't mean to call her ho, but whatever. No, we all saw you get hurt at this party playing Wii or Pictionary. Keith wasn't there. He didn't do nothing to you. And then you lie and say that he broke your jaw to James. You know, Ruben, I am not surprised that you were an August Leo.
That's funny.
He said, and I plead the fifth. I am not surprised that you're an August Leo. All that personality, it makes all the sense
What do you say?
in the world.
The best name is Ruben?
Yes.
That
would have been something I would say. Winter said, this is what I don't get. What is the motivation for all of this? Mm-hmm. And the most important part is, Leos are the shit. Megan's making my day, baby. Megan, thank you.
That's funny.
Both my grandparents are Taurus, so I love you too. All right, let's get to it. Now my cheeks hurt from smiling too much. Oh, gosh. Woo.
If all of is that true? Has Keith ever been abusive towards you?
We're not talking about my husband. I love my husband.
So why leave? Is James lying to us?
I want to leave my husband. I want to be with my children. I would never leave my children.
But you did, bitch, for 3 weeks. But okay.
You didn't leave them permanently. You came back to them. Ultimately.
No.
You left them every day at daycare. So it's not like James talked about that decision when you were driving down, how hard that was. You left at 10 o'clock knowing that Keith was going to get home late, knowing you were going to leave the kids at daycare, and how much that tore you up on the drive down. You told us that. Then things got out of control.
James and I talked about that.
Now that Keith is no longer in the room, Sherri opens up about how she was talking to other men, including James, behind her husband's back.
Always talking to other guys. Oh my God, why did I do that?
Like when you were in Eureka, you give him a call. Just start chatting with him. Told him some of your problems.
It's my fault that I was talking to him. It's my fault that I was flirting with other men. It was such a stupid thing to do. I love my husband. I love my children.
Okay, bitch. All her whining is starting to make my head hurt. It's nice that you're wanting to confess that you're a hoe and everything, but that's not what we're here for. We want to know what the fuck happened with you acting like you got abducted by 2 Latinas and everybody's out here looking for Abuelita for no reason. That's what I want to know. Why are you telling us about your goddamn sex life, you freak? We don't care.
Yeah, I mean, it's just wild.
Sorry.
See what I can't. She can't
You
be
cannot call her Little Mary. That's for the bad people.
Yeah, you can't. I took it back right in the middle of it. Let's see what
Okay, Megan, I love my husband so much that I tortured him mentally so I go hang out with my ex and get some attention. Yes, she is a narcissist to the fullest extent. Absolutely. Completely agree, Megan. And Ruben, if you smell anything bad, it's me. I'm a Leo and I'm the shit.
That's funny.
I wish I'd never read that because now I will absolutely say and write that.
She'll need no more ammo.
Okay, what were we about to say about this bitch and her love life that she's admitting to talking to and flirting and doing stuff with other guys?
Maybe she's trying to like slowly deflect away from the point of the conversation. Like she's like, yeah, some of these things are true, and then this path, and trying to redirect what they're talking about to get away from the little, what you call it, abduction or whatever. But I mean, obviously they're trained and they're gonna bring it right back to the main topic. But she's trying to do her best.
Narcissists think they're smarter than everybody. I'm sorry for interrupting you. Go ahead.
She's trying to do her best to have control over the situation by kind of like, crying about it and then like showing that she's sorry for certain things and then also saying like she loves her husband, all those things, whatever she's literally doing whatever she can to, gain some empathy, and then also trying to remove herself from the situation and just say that it was James. I don't know, it's crazy. I still would like to know what is the purpose of this whole thing. Like, you wasted
why?
the world's
why did you
time.
do this?
At least, because here's why. Like, if it was, like I said in the beginning, if it was a money play, if it was like a revenge thing, if it was something where it's like,
maybe she wanted.
It still would be bad in that situation, regardless of what it is. But like, what's the reasoning for doing all of this and involving the world?
Oh shit, Winter. I feel completely devalued as a Capricorn. No, don't feel devalued, my love. We love Capricorn.
When's your birthday? What's your actual birthday?
Capricorns. No, I like Capricorns. Now, are you December or January Capricorn? That was pretty funny. Are you a December or January Capricorn? Don't feel devalued, my love. Everyone is valuable, except for Pisces. But otherwise, wait, I'm lying. I love your Pisces. I love your mom and my grandmother and Erica. And I do like some Pisces. I like a lot of Pisces, my bad. But I usually don't. Her family said she's an attention whore. Look at Dodgy. He's like, you just gave it the Pisces. Her family said she's an attention whore her whole life. Like, needs attention constantly. I'm surprised she hasn't gone on Howard Stern. All right. You ready for the next part?
Mm-hmm.
But Winter, tell us when your birthday is.
Understandable. Here's the deal, though, Sherri. Flirting.
Baby, we gotta switch over here. Oops.
Such a stupid thing to do. I love my husband.
Flirting with
I love my children.
That's understandable. Here's the deal, though, Sherri. Flirting with other men, not a crime. Lying to me today, yes, a crime.
But we're beyond that small discretion. We've talked about that discretion. We've talked about Donovan, right? Remember? We talked about Donovan.
Not a crime. Lying to me today,
My children.
that's understandable. Here's the deal though, Sherri. Flirting with other men, not a crime. Lying to me today, yes, a crime.
But we're beyond that small discretion. We've talked about that discretion. We've talked about Donovan, right? Remember? We talked about Donovan.
Do you hear this?
Mm-hmm.
Tell the people your thoughts.
My thoughts is Winter. Can you broadcast Winter? Winter, you are top 12 in the world because only 12 months, right? Only 12 months in this whole year, right? And only a certain amount of us are born on the 8th of the month of these 12, right? And you are one of those individuals, right? I am too. I am born exactly 1 month after you on February the 8th. It's a national holiday. Everybody knows February the 8th. It's a great day. The 8th of February, the day that Najee was born, okay? So you are one of those individuals. When you say your birthday, don't say January the 8th. You say the 8th of January. Say it the way that it's supposed to be pronounced, okay? So I just had to take that moment to make sure that you feel like you're special because you're born on the 8th.
She is special.
And there's not that many people that are born on the 8th.
I mean, there's a lot of people born on the 8th, but I like people born on the 8th, so I'll leave it.
You said to give you a moment because you feel, what'd you say, devalued?
My baby said, I feel devalued.
You said devalued? You are not devalued. You are born on the 8th. I am here.
I feel so bad. We sure did have a whole conversation about Leo. Like, oh God, I forgot all about.
Look up the number 8, right? Look up this. Look at what it means. You'll feel very valuable.
Okay, are you gonna say your thoughts?
Hmm?
You gonna say
that
your
was
thoughts
my thoughts
about this?
She's crazy. That's my thoughts. This segment was directed towards her. Go ahead. What's your thoughts? What do you think about it?
Megan said she also made a nice chunk of money from this stunt.
Explain. Can you write it in the comments, Megan? Exactly how? Should I say?
Yeah, how did she cash in with this? Well, let's talk about the interviews that her husband was doing. He got paid for those. The interviews her husband did, he got paid for those.
That couldn't have been her master plan, though.
No, I don't know if it's a master plan. I'm just saying.
I see what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
She got paid for those. She got a Wikipedia page. She got famous and recognition, and everyone was like knew her and so on and so forth. So I mean, like.
Oh,
that's
are you talking about like the after view?
Yeah, like
interviews
please come to us so we can do an interview with you to learn more about like what happened. Are you willing to tell us? I don't know.
Yeah, probably had some sort of like campaigns and stuff afterwards and stuff like that.
So sweet.
So.
Okay, let's get back to it.
Discretion. We've talked about that discretion. We've talked about Donovan, right? Remember?
Shut up.
We talked about.
You know, there's people who really suffer with mental health issues, and I just feel like this seems like really just fucked up to me. It just bothers me when people really do suffer from mental health issues and then people like fake it. Like there's really people who do and practice self-bad talk. Not because they want to, but because they really have a problem and can't help it. And I just don't believe they would do that randomly in front of two detectives. It was like, that's something, like, I don't know. The point is, what she's doing is so manipulative and ridiculous to do because there's just real people who talk like that to themselves and really mean it. And if she's meaning it right now, it's certainly not about what she's saying. Maybe she's talking about she's stupid because she's getting caught. But you're being, it's just an overstep, and it's just so incredibly disrespectful to people who really do suffer from issues like that. So
that's cool.
Oh, she got a lot of donations.
Wow. Yeah, probably had like GoFundMe and stuff and all that type of stuff.
Winter, you're gonna find that out in a moment. He got paid, but do you think he gave her that moolah? Did this woman go to jail? I'll tell you in a minute, girl.
Well, so when he got paid, it was prior to this situation of him finding out. So they definitely probably, you know, enjoyed
Profited
whatever
from it.
it was together. Probably had some vacation. He probably took a vacation because she don't, you know,
take care of her for her
Yeah.
medical bills,
Yeah.
to try to take care of all the scars and stuff. Her nose is broken. She probably got a nose job, like all types of stuff. So it's good.
Dog. Who picked you up? Was it James or was it a female that pointed a gun at you? Can you please answer that? You're shaking your head no.
I will not get. I'm not talking to you about that. I'm not going to get anybody in trouble. I've told you before, I do not want anyone to get in trouble.
Well, you're going to get yourself in trouble at this point. That's where we're at. So either James.
I didn't do anything wrong.
I know you didn't do anything wrong. Right now, you're not telling the truth, which is doing something wrong. That's where we're at. James put himself on a polygraph. Talked to FBI agents. He talked with Peter and I for 6 hours. He told us everything, Sherri. You told us so many truths because you put yourself through.
True.
They were true. You're absolutely
You
right.
don't want to talk about the women.
So, but the one.
You're saying that it's James.
No,
We're saying James's DNA was on you. We know you were in that room at his house.
Then who was the woman? Then who was the woman?
Well,
Okay. That's why we're asking you. It
Did
was
the
the
woman
woman.
put a pointed gun at you and put you in the car? Yes or no? Is that where we're at?
Don't remember.
You don't remember if a female pointed a gun at you and put you in the car? Is that what you're saying, Sherri?
I've always told you I don't remember getting in the car. I've always told you I don't remember getting in the car.
Correct. But did a female point a gun at you? Yes or no?
Remember.
Yes or no? It's not a remember thing. You've already told me that today.
You know who she is. I know you do.
It was always
You
key.
know who she is.
Yeah,
You know
the lady
you
we
do.
showed you is another raise. No, I know James opened the door for you. Whether you want to forget how you got in the car, I'm okay with that. But you've already established today. That's why I asked you today. What did the younger girl do? You said she let me go and she pointed a gun at me. We didn't talk about how you got in the car. Right now, I'm asking you. Did a younger female point a gun at you? Yes or no? What?
I know you know who she is. I'm not
we're on the
saying
wrong-
it. I don't want her to get in trouble.
She's not
I know
getting in trouble.
you know who she is.
You're getting in trouble.
I am not. I didn't do anything.
Right, but right now, answer this one question. Did a female point a gun at you, yes or no?
I am done speaking to you until I talk to a lawyer. I will not arrest her. I am with my children because of her.
This crazy bitch is still freaking going.
Sensei taught her well. She said, hey, when you committed, stay committed. Stay committed to the lie.
Ruben said I think she was hoping for a profit from shows, etc. She was too mental to somehow create a believable story. Wow. Megan said she was also charged with mail fraud for receiving payments from California's Victim Compensation Board from, I think, 2016 to 2021. Damn. Elcar, she's so comfortable lying. Her legs been crossed the whole time. What is wrong with that man? What? The things people notice.
Well, right.
Like, what is
It's
wrong
funny
with you?
because that is a level of comfort to just sit
It's
there and
like,
chill the whole time,
I
lying
didn't even do this.
while crying
And she's
and
crying
whining
so,
and lying.
Her cries are literally giving me a headache. Like, like, shut up. You sound like a ghost. This is horrible. Jeez, that's a felony for sure. You're right, Winter.
Wait, so let's keep them. Like what Megan just said.
Let's go back to Megan.
From 2016 to 2021, you've been receiving compensation. I don't know, like, what type of compensation. Like, is it monthly, or is it, like, every once in a while, quarterly, or yearly, annually? But, like, that is ridiculous. Like, you're receiving payments from, what is it, California's Victim Compensation Board. For 5 years, you're receiving compensation based off of this stunt that you pulled. Like, think about how many other people that you're messing it up for, right? Think about, like, how many other people that, like, you're ruining and, like, basically having to tighten up the processes and making it more difficult for people to receive compensation in the future for these type of situations. For being a victim, this is the stunt that you just pulled, and now other people probably will have to suffer for it in the future because you decided to get smacked in the face with a hockey stick purposely and get branded.
Smacked herself.
This is some crazy stuff.
Sherri sticks with the story where the younger of the two women who took her helped her escape. She then asks for a lawyer because she is afraid that the woman who helped her will get into trouble. A narcissist will never admit mistakes when confronted. They will deflect, delay, and tell more lies. They believe they are invincible and perfect. Even when confronted with all of the evidence, Sherri refuses to admit she has done anything wrong.
Sherri, if you want to talk to your attorney, that's fine. We can wrap this up. If you want to keep talking to us, that's a separate story, but you said you wanted to talk to your attorney, so like I said from the beginning, you're free to go and you can go.
Sherri leaves after asking for a lawyer. Shortly after the interrogation, federal prosecutors would bring charges against Sherri. Sherri would plead guilty to lying to federal agents and mail fraud. She would receive 18 months in prison and over $300,000 in restitution for all of the time and money spent searching for her. Sherri will be turning herself in to serve her sentence in November of 2022. It's still unclear as to why Sherri would pretend to be abducted, then go to the lengths that she did to cover it up. It's possible she may have thought it would bring her fame and fortune. Our society treats victims as heroes, so it's possible a narcissist would fake their own victimization just to be recognized as a hero. It's also possible she may have just wanted to be with her ex-boyfriend for a while and did not want to risk losing her husband and her children. I'd love to hear your theories on why she did this, so please share them in the comments below. After Sherri left the interrogation room, her husband took her spot and had a few questions for the detectives.
Before we go into the husband, because we're done with Sherri, we're ready to listen to the husband's going back in after this. Let's go through some of these comments and see what we got. From Megan, who's up there.
Summer says, only 7 likes. Hit the like button, please. Hit the like button for us.
Yes,
Thank
Summer
you,
is our moderator. She is our everything. She does so well helping us.
Down for us.
Yes.
Go ahead, babe.
Megan Marie. I know she was charged for $30K in payments from the compensation.
Wow.
Autumn says she's almost as annoying as Daryl Brooks. Almost. You know, I mean, it's you know, here's the only reason why she's not as annoying as Daryl Brooks is because she did not kill anyone. You know, like at the end of the day, that did not happen.
Yeah.
She hurt a lot of people because if you think about it, how many police officers were helping you and your fake story instead of real victims?
Yeah.
How many people were out looking for you and trying to save you instead of real people who needed help? And I mean, how much resources was used for you and your bull instead of like the real victims that are out there and you're playing around with it? That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I
agree with you. I think that's a good point because she didn't take anyone's life, right?
Right. So we can't put her all the way up there.
Right. You know. It's right to say almost because as annoying as what she's doing right now is basically everything she done was to herself. So, you know, if you're going to commit a crime.
Her husband, her family, her children.
Right. But like physically, like everything was done to herself. So I can't say when it comes to level of crimes to commit, like this is one of the ones where it's like, okay, well, at least it was all to you as opposed to other people. But at the same time,
right, no one's life is forever changed besides hers.
Right, and probably like her family, so like her kids for sure, because now they have to grow up and realize that their mom was this weird ass motherfucker. But
like, my mom did what? What's this Wikipedia saying?
Like, why did she do it? I don't know.
Isn't your mom Sherri Papini?
You know, and then her husband, for the level of embarrassment that he had to go through, you know. So that's just wild.
Yeah.
Right fast, if you all are watching the stream and you're not subscribed, please make sure that you are subscribed, that you subscribe to the channel, right? Turn the notifications on. There's a bell icon so you can get notified every time we go live. We're primarily doing lives moving forward. Once we get this Wi-Fi situation connected anyway. But we're primarily doing lives, right, moving forward so we can have this type of dialogue and interaction with you all because we enjoy it and it's fun, you know. So,
wait, Ruben said, Dara would have said grounds 4,276 times already. Elcar, somebody said something stupid to me in the comments and I wrote grounds back to them. Damn, November is Tuesday. Yep. It's coming right around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Winter Wolf, wow, that there is the script from the Darrell Brooks trial. Winter said, are they still married? From what I read, he has filed for divorce. Megan Marie, her babies went from normal life to mom is gone and dad is devastated and not there mentally. So for
what? Nothing.
Yeah, like you did all that and you've hurt your children in the process. And I personally, truly, you know, and this is not to slam or say anything about single parent households. I think that you do what you have to do. You take care of your family. But I just think that it's a shame when you could have a 2-parent household and someone does something this ridiculous to stop it. Like, clearly this man wanted to be with her. And clearly, he did everything he could to be with her. I mean, there's so many videos that we haven't shown about how he feels about his wife. She did this to them.
Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal. And it's like to put them in a situation like that where it's like, and you think about what they said, like what was the potential reasonings, like just to spend a few moments, I guess, with her ex or something like that. Weeks. Or whatever, yeah, right, weeks.
But they said they didn't even have sex.
Yeah, so I'm like, that's probably canceled, right, or whatever it may be, because if that was the case, you could be a lot smarter within even that. You know, it's still stupid.
I don't think it was about trying to spend time with her ex because they didn't do anything sexual. Like, it would make more sense if they were getting down with the boogie the whole time. But he took a polygraph and said they didn't have sex, and that to me makes it more believable that she did it for attention and possibly fame. Like he said, victims are considered heroes, and maybe she wanted that.
I wonder what she did for a living.
She probably doesn't work. Megan Marie, 2 parents is always ideal as long as it isn't toxic. You damn right, girl, because if it's toxic, you might as well have one or none. Because what's the point at that point? So I completely agree with you there. Sure. There's literally no point in having 2 parents if one's that toxic. So kick mama to the curb.
I'm the idiot husband that stayed around the whole time.
No, there's not. It's still, you can't tell you a lot, honestly. I don't know what I told Phil to let you know. Some of the details, some of the stuff coming out.
I mean, from my side, I feel like my whole world's gonna flip up.
Sorry guys, I'm putting the CC back on.
Upside down again. Why is that? Why am I always getting held out of things? Like, why can't you just hit me with it?
I did. I told you.
I know, yeah.
Because this happened Monday.
No, you're saying you can't tell me all this stuff.
It's still an ongoing investigation, so you're not going to find out answers. I mean, there's just, that's the way it is.
Can you help me, throw me a bone and then go, maybe she made it up? Is that where we're going, right? Or is she trying to come up with a whole nother?
We're not going to give any additional details. Obviously, you've heard the questions, so you can read through some of those.
I want to say something. They're kind of being, I feel that they're kind of being crass. Like, they're kind of being cold with him. Like, he's clearly going through a lot. And they're like, We can't tell you shit. Well, what you bring me in here for?
Yeah.
You were doing all that for show to get the answers out of her, but you're not even having any care for Keith, the husband. He's like, so I'm just the idiot husband that sticks around, huh? And they're like, bro, we're done. What do you want with me? Like that's how it's coming off. It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, at least have like some more compassion,
Decency, right.
like towards the individual that's here. You know what I mean? Like he's literally the innocent individual in this situation. He's the only one. I won't say only one, but he's the one that has just been brought into the situation involuntarily. That's just there.
And they know it. They
all
said
these
it.
things happening, and you have the answers. Now I don't know if it's something that's within a law that you can't speak on certain pieces or whatever.
They probably can't, but they can at least sound nicer about it.
Right, but they're coming off so cold, where it's like they could care less about how he feels about the situation. When he's not being arrogant, he's not being disrespectful, he's not being like rude or like anything that's gonna make you not want to deal with them. Right? He's just showing like, give me something, give me a bone, throw me a hint. You know?
He's like, I wish y'all had let me know before like throwing me in here in this room for me to find out like this. Like we just found out Monday, so. Like, why are y'all doing him like that? Winter said, no doubt about that. In this case, those kids were hurt either way. And Autumn says, personally, I think emotionally cheating is just as bad or even worse than physical cheating. I've been through both. Me too. They suck. They suck. Winter Wolf, you and me both, Autumn. It hurts either way, and they're both devastating. Agreed. I mean, emotional cheating and physical cheating, they both suck. They're both bad. But there is something about emotional cheating where you're like, man, you really had like a whole relationship with someone else. Like it's not just random just because you can't. I mean, either way, like we're done. But the point is, like, that's really like that does hit a lot deeper than just someone being out there. Like, oh, she probably was a lot lizard.
What does that mean?
A lot lizard is like the truck drivers that have, like, when they're in the lot, there's like the prostitutes that go out into the lot and they be like looking for men to get money from, and they put them in the trucks and they do their thing with them. They're called lot lizards.
Oh God.
I only know this because my friend's a trucker. Ruben. Oh, he's just laughing at Ruben. Okay. All right. Let's finish this up here.
I understand. You've seen some of the photos?
Yeah.
So you know some of the investigative work
obviously you
we've
saw me, I
done?
was like, yeah, we found him.
And we did.
Yeah.
But you can also notice your reaction compared to her reaction.
Yeah. No, 100%. That's what I'm saying from my side. But now you're telling me, okay, you guys can go home now. Well, do you think I want her anywhere around my kids or around me at all at this point?
And again, we've talked a lot. I don't know what the next stages of this are. That's why
it's not us together. I tell you that one.
Whatever those decisions are, I don't know.
But from we can all agree that she's not over there. Then obviously, if somebody can do something like that to their body and try to trick everybody, that they're probably not fit to.
It was 4 years ago.
We can't get into that, but I would say obviously we are concerned about the welfare. We don't want any kind of domestic dispute between you two. We also don't want.
So give me a quick not legal advice, give me it from a sheriff. If I don't want her in my house tonight, what options do I have?
You have to get restraining orders. You have to get legal stuff.
I'm gonna tell her she has to go to her sister's or something. I mean, she's not going in my house tonight, and I got a call. The next stage of this, please give me the courtesy of telling me when you're gonna announce it so I cannot be at my home.
Probably tonight.
Oh God, damn, you're going quick. Well, I thought you said it's ongoing now.
Well, we gotta
talk about that, but
it's gonna happen quick.
I understand that. He was thinking tomorrow. I was like, okay,
You
that'll
blew
be
up
time.
everybody in LA. So there's a hornet's nest in LA.
Mm-hmm.
It only takes one person to go and say, hey, I know it actually happened. I want 10 grand. And now they run to LA News.
Yeah.
It blows up without our control.
Well, guys, it keeps going.